All right, hello and welcome to Fitball. Let me adjust the screen a bit here. Okay. So for today's Fitball class, you will need a ball, or if you've taken some of my earlier classes and you don't have a ball, you will know how to use a padded ottoman or bench instead of the ball, but ball is ideal. You will also need a heavy weight for doing bent over rows. Now I've been kind of slacking off on these, not using the heaviest weight because I don't have access to dumbbells, but I have finally stopped slacking off. So what I have here is 4 milk jugs. So this is 16 kilograms of weight for doing my bent over rows. And all I've done is taken a rope, tied them all together, and then I just use a locking carabiner, which makes a very nice handle. So if you're like me and you don't have a heavy weight for your pulling motions, this is a really good way to do it. So I'd recommend you get your own milk jugs. Hopefully you drink milk. Otherwise, laundry detergent jugs work really well. Tie them all together, grab a locking carabiner, or I'm sure you can come up with your own handle device. Just make sure it's nice and comfy, everything's secure, it's not going to fall apart, and you're not going to pinch your hand or anything like that. So you will need heavy weights. And then for my chest, I'm just going to use a single milk jug, just because with these classes I'm doing so many push-ups, I feel like my chest is getting enough of a workout. But you can also use a heavy weight for your chest. And then we're also going to do some shoulder press. So for shoulder press, you would want a medium to heavy weight as well. I'm also just going to use my milk jug. You can play around with it a little bit. I find 2 jugs tied together are okay for an overhead press, but if you go more than 2 jugs together, it gets a bit awkward. So that's where you might want to use a backpack full of books or something like that. So once you have all that ready to go, you can get warming up. So if you want to join me with some shoulder circles, nice big forward circles. And backward circles. And forward arm circles. And backwards arm circles. And moving into some rotations, step nice and wide, arms out to the side, rotate those shoulders, reach down for your hamstrings. You should feel a good stretch through the back of the leg, and you're just getting your core muscles in your torso warmed up with those twists. Let's go for 2 more each way. Move into our squats. You can go as wide or as narrow with your feet as you'd like. Feet stay flat on the floor. You're pulling the floor apart with your feet, sitting down and back, keeping your chest up nice and tall. Making sure those knees track in the same direction as your toes are facing. As you get warmer, you can get a bit lower into that squat if you'd like. Maybe go a bit faster. Let's go for 4 more. Excellent. Moving into some side lunges, we'll do one side and then the other side. So what you want to do is take a big step out to the side, lower your hips down and back, press back to center, and repeat. This stationary leg should get a good stretch, and this outside leg, you should feel the glute firing to press you back to center. Keep a nice neutral spine so chest stays up. And we'll add in an overhead reach. So step, reach, stretch out that side and shoulder. One more here. Excellent. We'll switch legs, so no reach to start. Just stepping, hips go down and back, pressing back, warming up that inner thigh and hip area. As you get warmer, you might get a bit deeper into that side lunge. And add in that overhead reach. Last one. Awesome. Okay, we will stick to our normal routine, which is 3 rounds. We're doing 10 reps for each exercise. We're starting out with a curtsy lunge. So grab your ball. Sorry, my hair is driving me crazy today. All right, so you're grabbing your ball. You're going to step across and behind. And then lowering that back knee, you're going to twist and look back at that back leg so you're into a bit of a corkscrew. And then come up, balance at the top. So come back, curtsy lunge, up and balance. So with this exercise, you are loading up the outside of this glute, coming up to balance, working on that weight transfer, going for 10 on each side. If you're feeling really ambitious with this back leg, you can just hover above the ground, twist back, and come back. So it's a single leg squat. That's quite challenging, so that would be a very advanced option. 3 more at my pace. Get that back knee nice and low. Awesome. Other side. So you're crossing behind, lowering that back knee, twisting to look back at that leg, coming up to balance. And last one. Excellent. All right, using that ball just for balance, we got some bent over rows. You're going to be standing on just the one leg to really work your core. So grab your heavy weight, left hand on the ball, right leg is on the ground. Nice flat back, really extending that back leg behind you. You're going to drive that elbow up to the ceiling and then back down. Going for 10, nice and controlled. Relax your neck. Awesome job. And when you're done with those 10, you're switching sides. Extend that back leg, keep your hips square, elbow tucked in. Awesome job. Okay, put the heavy weight to the side if you're using 4 milk jugs, because that will be way too awkward for chest press. But grab whatever sort of heavy weight you can handle for your chest press. We're doing 1 arm at a time, rolling forward until just your head is on that ball. Hips are up nice and high, so you have a nice straight line with your body. Easier version is here, single arm chest press. If your weight is too light, then just convert it to a fly, so you're coming out nice and wide and back in. That's a little bit tougher. So you choose which one works for you. Going for 10. Keep those hips up nice and high. If you want to work your core a bit more, then work your legs closer together so you have a narrower base of support. That will make the balance tougher. Switch sides at 10, or if you reach fatigue and you feel like you're not maintaining form, it's also a good time to switch. Exhale as you pull. Excellent job. When you reach your 10, we're into our first blast, which are squat jacks. So we're going for 1 minute here, grabbing your ball. You're squatting down, jumping up, try not to hit the ceiling, or stepping up like this. That's a non-impact version, going as fast as you can. Look at that. Getting nice and low into your squat. 1 minute, are we ready? Here we go. I will try not to hit my ceiling. You will also try not to hit your ceiling. Try to reach right up as high as you can with your arms. You got it. So if you use the ball, it adds some weight to your shoulders, so your shoulders get a bigger workout. And so your heart rate also comes up. Great job. Give me 15 more seconds. Squat down, reach up. Two, one, and break. Awesome. All right, so look at that. Don't be like me and destroy your basement. Okay, we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So starting with the curtsy lunge, stepping behind, loading up the outside glute, coming up to balance. Really twist into that curtsy lunge. Excellent. When you reach 10, you're switching sides. Excellent work. All right, from there we have your bent over rows. Grabbing your heavy weight, making sure everything is securely attached. There's no pinch points with however you've jerry-rigged up that heavy weight. Nice flat back, square hips, extend that leg behind you. Ball is just there for balance. 10 rows. Drive that elbow up to the ceiling. Breathing out as you pull. Good stuff. Switching sides. Nice tight core, 10 more. Awesome job. All right. That is significantly heavier than normal. Chest press or chest flies. One arm at a time. Rolling forward until your head is resting on the ball. Hips up nice and high. Remember, if you come wide, it's a little bit tougher. So it's your option. Work your legs closer together if you want to challenge your balance. 10 per side. Switching sides at 10. Keep those hips up, don't let them drop. Really good. Okay, into those squat jacks. Holding your ball in your hands with straight arms if you have a high enough ceiling. If not, you can grab something of a similar weight to your ball. We're going for 1 minute. Ready? Here we go. Stepping or hopping, your option. Whatever works for you. Hips down, reach up tall. Halfway, come on. Go faster if you can. Ten seconds. And break. Awesome job. Catch your breath. We have one more round. Into those curtsy lunges where we're working those outer glutes. Also working on weight transfer and balance. Here we go. So step behind, twist, look back to that leg, coming up to balance, going for 10. Switching sides when you reach your 10. You can move at your own pace. Just press pause. Or skip ahead if you're really speedy. Excellent work. All right, from there we have your bent over rows for the final time. Going for 10 per side. Extending that back leg right behind you, keeping your back nice and flat. Pulling those weights up 10 times. Elbow driving to the ceiling. It's heavy. It's good. You want heavy. You want to challenge yourself. Chest press or chest flies. Hips up nice and high. Head resting on that ball. Coming down to your chest press or to your chest fly. That's a little bit tougher. Feel a good stretch across the front of your chest. Exhale as you pull back up. Hips up, don't let them drop. Switching sides at 10. Really nice. Okay, into those squat jacks. Grabbing that ball or whatever works for you, given your space. Squatting down, jumping up for 1 minute. Ready, go. Or stepping up. Keeping your chest up, sitting those hips down. You got it. Halfway. Come on. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and recover. Awesome job. We're into our next circuit. So first off, we have a split squat to press. So this is where you'll want your medium heavy weight because you're pressing it overhead. So using whatever weight works for you, where it's challenging around 8, but you can squeeze out 10. You're going to use this ball to challenge your balance. Holding the weight in the same hand as the leg that's on the ball. You're going to come down into your split squat so that ball is extending behind me and then pressing up overhead. I'll give you a side view. So as you can see, my foot is on the front of the ball. I'm going to come down into my split squat, come up, press up so that ball rolls behind me, up, press up. Now this is super challenging for balance, so if you're frustrated with it maybe a little bit, you can do instead reverse lunge up to balance and press. That's your alternative. If you still balance up top here, it's still really good for working those hip stabilizers. So go for 10, I've done 4, so I'm gonna do 6 more. Here we go. Remember the ball, your foot is starting on the front of the ball, and that enables you to roll the ball backwards As you lower your hips down and back, loading up this glute. Keep your body nice and tall. Woo. Not like that. There we go, that's better. Switching sides at 10. Excellent. Great job. Those are tough. All right, from there we have mountain climbers. So you're going to come to a plank position, elbows on that ball. The further you roll out the ball, the tougher this will be. So you decide. Knee comes across to opposite elbow. Big crunch there. 10 per side, 20 total. Nice and controlled. Try to get right to the opposite elbow as close as you can. Excellent work. From there we have 20 leg lifts. So your hips are going to be on the ball and your hands and feet touching the ground. What you want to do is keep those legs totally straight, and you're going to squeeze your glutes to lift them up and back down. So generally, this is tougher if you keep your legs together. If you separate your legs, you might find it a bit easier. It depends where your muscle imbalances are. Going for 20 total. Upper body stays still. You're just squeezing your glutes to lift those legs nice and controlled. Working the back side of your body. Awesome job. From there, we're into speed skaters. We are going to include the ball in this to give a little bit more of a torsion effect to your speed skaters. So make sure you have space and you're not going to run into anything. You're stepping or jumping to the side, rotating to that side. Going for 1 minute. The lower you get and the faster you go, the more intense it'll be. So you're in charge. Ready, and here we go. Turn those shoulders, hips go down and back into a bit of a single leg squat on each side. Halfway. Come on. Pick it up if you're feeling good. 8 seconds. 2 and 1. Really awesome. Okay, we have one more round of that, starting with the split squat with the shoulder press. Grab a quick drink if you'd like. grab a weight that works for you. Whatever leg is on the ball, that's the weight that's the arm that's holding the weight. Coming right back, loading up this glute, up, press straight overhead. This front foot is staying flat on the floor. The back leg doesn't have much weight. It's just there to maintain a little bit of balance. Really stretching out behind you. Whoop. And it will tell you if you don't keep your hips in alignment. That is the joy of the ball. It doesn't let you cheat. Excellent. Switching sides when you're ready. Weight is on that front leg. You should feel that glute working, especially when you press back up to stand up straight. Perfect. Moving into those mountain climbers. We may have a bit of a visitor here. Bringing your knee across to opposite elbow, keeping the core nice and tight. I'm Moxie, going for 20, total 10 per side. Big crunch, twist across. Try to get as close to the elbow as you can. Awesome. Into those leg lifts. 20 of these, trying to keep your legs straight, trying to squeeze from your glutes. Your upper body just stays still, hands flat on the floor. Here we go. Sorry, I'm gonna hit my head on the wall. Squeeze and lift. Keep nice, smooth, rhythmic breathing. Awesome. Into our speed skaters for one more time. We're going for 1 minute, hopping or stepping side to side, rotating those shoulders, getting that core engaged. Ready? Here we go. Keep it going. No, that's okay. It's raining outside, so everyone's cooped up. Oh, Max. Keep it going. You're halfway. That's enough. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. I hope you had fun with those. We're into our last circuit. which is core intensive. Starting out with a ball crunch. Okay, so for these ones, you may choose to use weight or may not. Okay, you're gonna calm down. Okay, so what you wanna do is have your lower back. That's enough. Can you go? Can you go? No, Mox. All done. You want to have your lower back on the ball, chest up to the ceiling. Now, if you keep your elbows back like this, it's more challenging. Crunching up and back down, the ball should not roll underneath you. You just bring your rib cage towards your hips, crunching up and back down. To make it easier, your hands would be in front of you like this. And to make it tougher, if elbows back, hands by your head is too easy, then just take that weight, rest it across your chest, and you're doing crunches like that. So 3 different versions, going for 20 of them. Ready? Here we go. Ball doesn't move, get full extension behind you. I like the ball for crunches because you can get that full extension. As we get older, our ability to extend our spine really diminishes. I think this is around 20. Burns. That's awesome. From there, we have marching. All right, so head and shoulders are on that ball. Hips up nice and high, just like when we were doing those chest press. From here, you're going to lift one leg up and then lift the other leg up. Try to keep your butt up the whole time. It's going to be challenging to balance for this. Again, going for 20, nice and controlled. And if you can get all 20 without losing balance, then you can rest a weight on your hips to make it more difficult. For most people, lifting these legs is quite hard. Your legs should be close together. If you have your legs wide apart, it'll make it much more difficult because there's way more weight transfer from one leg to the other. Awesome work. From there, we have leg swings. So on your side, set yourself up so your foot's on the ground and my hand is also on the ground. Rest me in a nice straight line, balanced on that ball. Lifting that leg up, you're gonna swing it forward and then extend it behind you. Going for 10 leg swings. Now the higher this leg is, the more challenging that's gonna be. And if I bring it lower, it's a bit easier. Make sure you don't bend at the knee. Keep that leg nice and straight. 10 leg swings. You decide how high you want to lift that leg. You should feel the side of your hip working hard. Switching sides at 10. Second side will be tougher. Extend behind, bring in front. It burns. Excellent. Okay, we'll repeat all of that one more time, and then we're going to finish off today with the ball balance because we haven't done those in a long time. So back to our 20 crunches. Lower back is on that ball. Elbows back makes it more challenging, or you can rest a weight on your chest, or you can make it easier, hands in front. If you feel back pain, just roll forward a bit more on your ball so you're on a bit of an incline. If you're feeling strong though, you can go almost so you're upside down. Ball does not move. Whew. Should burn. It's good. All right, we're into our marching. So rolling forward all the way until your head and shoulders on that ball, hips up nice and high. Lift up one leg, lift up the other. Going for 20 total, so 10 each side. Try to do nice, slow, and controlled. Brace from your glutes. Ooh, nice and controlled. Excellent. Leg swings for the final time. On your side, get yourself in a nice alignment. Lifting that top leg, you're swinging back and forward. Keep that knee straight. You should feel your hips working on this. This is not a quad exercise. You should not feel your quads. Keep that leg straight. Lift your leg higher or lower depending on your fatigue level. You got this. Switching sides when you're ready. Second side's a bit tougher. Excellent. Okay, we'll finish off with a ball balance. So what you want to do is bring the ball right against your shins, hands on the ball, and you're just going to roll forward till your feet lift off the ground. From here, you can practice a bit. You can try lifting one arm and then the other arm. That's a bit easier. And if you're feeling adventurous, just shift your weight over. Lift one leg behind you, shift your weight over, brace, lift the try not to kick the wall, bring the other leg behind you. You can also come up to your shins and sit back down, extend up. Good for working on weight transfer. Keep playing with it. We'll do about another 30 seconds. You can add in rotation. And if you have a dumbbell handy, you can even do overhead shoulder press or bicep curls if you'd like. You can get very creative with this. I really like the leg extensions because they really isolate those glutes. And you can relax. Awesome job. Well, let's stretch you out. We'll do a standing stretch today. So we'll start with your calves. One leg back. Push that heel down into the ground. So you should feel a stretch in that back calf there. And switching sides. Moving into your quads, standing nice and tall, grabbing onto one foot. You Can't reach that foot, grab the back of the heel. If you don't feel a stretch here, then contract your glute to bring your leg back. Oh, as I fall over back behind you. But stay tall, don't contort your body. And switching sides. Into your hamstrings. I want you to think about your back. Keep it flat. So whatever position it's in right now when you're standing tall, you're going to maintain that position. And you're going to hinge forward until you feel a stretch through the back of your legs. For me, I feel it right there. And just hold it there. You can rest your hands above or below your knees, just not directly on them. Slowly come out of that stretch. Bring one arm across, stretching at the back of your shoulders. That same arm, bring it up to the ceiling, stretching out your triceps and lats. Other side, back of the shoulder. And elbow to ceiling. Finishing off, point your thumbs behind you, keep your shoulders down and back. Bring those shoulder blades together and down so you're working your upper back and you're stretching out your chest. Hold it there. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. I know that was a bit chaotic today, but hopefully you had some laughs, and I will see you for our next class.